What do you say when people ask for one fun fact about you? For 30 seconds I was the youngest person to climb Kilimanjaro, then my younger brother came up next to me. When I was a kid I had an inflamed olfactory nerve, so I smelled things that weren't there. When I was 8 or so I saw an episode of Cheers where a guy could count the amount of letters in words really fast. Been doing it ever since. Weirds people out when they ask me to do complete sentences. John Lovitz's character in City Slickers 2 could do this, but with complete sentences. I ran with the 2000 Olympic torch. I ask the tallest guy in the group to stand up straight and then I touch his toes at the same time as the top of his head. My wingspan is 6 feet 8.5 inches and I'm 6 feet 2 inches. Cinnamon kills me. My optic nerves do not connect with each other, they just go straight back to the brain. I only see out of one eye at a time because the brain is unable to process two images at the same time. Instead, they just take turns sending the signal to my brain at insanely fast speeds. This means I have no perception of depth, but I am also immune to photosensitive seizures. I'm physically incapable of burping, which is why I hiccup all the time. Also, I once used a shower that had up until that point only ever been used by James Franco. When I was 5 I had to get my stomach pumped because I asked my dad to teach me to gargle Listerine. Swallowing that little cup gave me alcohol poisoning. Geez, what a lightweight. When I was 12 years old I was 6 feet 2 inches and taller than every single person in my school, teachers included. I met my husband when we were in daycare. I am an Emmy nominee. My dad's mother and father divorced, and then remarried two people who were once married to each other. I roll wife swap. My girlfriend had two couples who were family friends. Both couples got divorced because all four of them came out as gay and then remarried the other couple's same-sex spouse. It was pretty weird. I had 6 wisdom teeth removed. I found out I am naturally without wisdom teeth. I've driven in 49 out of 50 states, and one of these days I will drive in Alaska to complete the set, and maybe Puerto Rico, if they make me. As a Puerto Rican, until we become a state, if ever, I will not make you have to drive here. I can spin around a bunch of times and not get dizzy. When I was a kid, I was in a contest with 6 other kids to see who could stay on a merry-go-round the longest. 2 of the kids ended up getting off and throwing up. The finals came to me and my sister. We stayed on for nearly 4 hours, and both jumped off at the same time because it was clear neither of us were backing down. I ate my twin in the womb. I was in a church that was struck by lightning during my cousin's wedding rehearsal. I have a piece of graphite that's been stuck in my left thigh since 3rd grade. I have 15 siblings, half, step, biological, 2 moms, and 3 dads due to several marriages and divorces in my family. I couldn't use my nose, couldn't smell or breathe out of it, until I had surgery when I was 18. I cried the first time I ate because I didn't realize you could breathe while chewing. My favorite smell is fresh apples. My least favorite is roadkill decaying animal corpse. I think decaying animal corpse is on a lot of people's list of worst smells. I was born on the last day there was no human in space. I do public restroom reviews on YouTube. When I was 9/10 I was the hula hoop champion of my city. 58 now and I can still shoop hula hoop. Tell them I was bitten by a shark. Let them freak out for a sec. Then clarify that the shark was 10 centimeters long and had no teeth. I'm a biology student. Someone once slapped me with a shark. I was an extra in Game of Thrones. The SWAT team accidentally raided my house. I competed in the World Cup on Team USA for rock climbing. My grandpa has 47 cats. I'm not joking. I once came so far last in a cross-country run that the finish line had been packed up and everyone had gone home. I have a deformed toenail I've named Quasimodo. I once broke off the big toenails of both feet within a year of each other. That was about 6 years ago and one looks normal now, but the other one doesn't. I've been calling it Tobias Funky. My birth weight is equal to my birthday, using the format BMI. I imagined a baby weighing something like 1,371,980 pounds. For 10 seconds, I was on picture on Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. I have traveled the world playing Dance Dance Revolution and Pump It Up. I can lick my elbow. I can too if you are standing close enough. I can't taste chili at all. No heat, just the chili flavor I'm guessing, even with ghost peppers. BTW, Sriracha's best sauce. My lower middle class parents found my dad's biological father after 50 years using an online family tree service. He was given up for adoption due to mom passing and dad being drafted, and found out he is Native American. They became millionaires after only a few years of being a part of the tribe, casino and resort. Gramps built a house right next door to his on the reservation and they moved to Cal, and my dad got to spend the last 6 years of Gramps' life with him. This is the short version, but it's such a crazy story that many writers have asked to write a book about it. This is an amazing story and I think it would be a heartwarming story for people to read. I fell out of a moving car on a date. My job is to watch worms have sex and then write about it. I was an extra in 2 of the Twilight movies and I have never seen any of them, so I don't know if I am in any scenes. I am in the second and third one. Also, they were filming the second one while the first one was in theater, so they were really secretive about it because they were the most famous people in the world at that time. So when I got the casting call, it was for something called Untitled Sports Movie, and then I went in and had to sign a fuckload of NDA type. Also, the call time was for 5 AM and I lived an hour and a half away, and I knew I would have slept through my alarm, so I just stayed up all night, did a 14-hour day there and then drove home. I did that both times. I've died 3 times so far. Dude with the scythe doesn't want me yet. I fell on an icy parking lot at work and landed on my head, unconscious for 10 minutes. My co-worker talked me into getting in the ambulance. 15 minutes later I started seizing, then stopped breathing and my heart went into fibrillation, flopping around. Pupils fixed and dilated. My brain was bleeding inside and swelling and basically shut off. The EMTs got me going again. Defibrillation feels like eating a lightning bolt, and got me to the ER, where I promptly checked out again. The ER got me going again. I guess I have a reboot function, and sent me to the level 1 trauma center, where I checked out yet again. They told my wife I wasn't going to make it. I was in a coma for 4 days. When I came out of it, they discovered I had also shattered my right shoulder and humerus. So they put me under and installed a bunch of stainless steel brackets and screws and cables and stuff. Except, I woke up during that surgery, which involved a lot of screaming and cursing in 5 languages. Like, I apologized to the surgeon a few weeks later because I said some really nasty crap about his mother. They eventually released me. I have limited movement in my right arm, lost 10 plus years of memory, lost 30 plus IQ points, and keeping any information in my memory is really hard. But 3x respawn IRL is pretty dang good stats. I once saved 2 dogs from an apartment fire. Well, sort of. I was a maintenance guy at an apartment complex that was being evacuated due to a local wildfire. One of the residents left her dogs in her apartment and I didn't want to let her go back there as it was close to the fire, so I went and grabbed them for her. Technically only the wooden porch railing and the brush beyond was on fire, so there wasn't much saving to be done. But I like to pretend that I heroically fled from a burning building with a Pomeranian under each arm. Seems much more majestic that way. I found out I was an identical twin on my 40th birthday. The story is not as impressive as you think. I was born with a tooth. The males in my family are all born on the 16th. My brother is the 16th of October, dad is the 16th of June, and I'm the 16th of July. It goes back for a couple generations, with only one exception I know about. On 2 different occasions I've crashed a school bus into several other school buses. You have been visited by the fashion doggo. Comment your envy strengthens me, so you always look beautiful. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video, or don't. Either way, have a great day you magnificent people.